Okay, it appears that we are live. Thanks for watching this live stream about the C-Class. The C-Class is a special car, in my opinion. It's also the car that made this channel big. Um, the C-Class is a nice entry-level Mercedes-Benz. Of course, you can go for an A-Class or a B-Class. Me, I like a sedan, and the C-Class has always been a good entry-level Mercedes that you can really appreciate. I covered all the Mercedes C-Class on this channel already, starting with the W201, the 190 from the 80s. I did a video on that one. I did a video on the 202, a 203. That's my best video. The 204 and the 205 was my last video basically. So we came full circle. So I basically want to go over you guys with how much E-Class can you C-Class can you buy for 10k in euros. So in dollars it will be a little bit different, but also these are Dutch prices. Cars are quite expensive here, so let's just without further ado go into here the C-Class. And the only thing we're gonna do at this very moment, because later we're gonna add the model years. Now we're just gonna focus on the price, and we're just gonna set it at 10,000 euros. So we got a little bit more than 1,000 search result, and it doesn't really matter diesel or gasoline. Let's say, for instance, that you have to drive lots and lots of miles and you want a diesel. And Mercedes-Benz diesels are quite good. So in this case, the first search result is an Avantgarde 220 CDI for just under 10,000 euros. If you do lots and lots of miles again, you can put, it says here 240k in kilometers. This car can drive 500,000 kilometers, 600, 700,000 kilometers. Of course, you're going to have to do some repairs and do some stuff to the car. But look at this, 2008. This is, yeah, I think personally the most beautiful C-Class. Maybe the 203, 204, but I'm not a big fan of the latest Gen 1. But this is nice. This is a nice design for Mercedes. Looking nice. You see, it's not brand new, but it's still okay. (2008), so it's already quite long time ago. This is actually when cars had more and more computers and more screens, but not the way it was now. This is kind of a hybrid between the fully computerized cars that we have nowadays and the analog cars from those times. Bluetooth, nice leather. Let me take a look. Yes, it's all good. Nice car. Right, 2008. Let's see. So this is 2008, an automatic, 170 horsepower, a 4-cylinder, 2.1 liters big in the displacement, 5-gear automatic, rear wheel drive, top speed 227 kilometers an hour, a Euro 4 diesel, so you can still enter German cities. I believe Euro 4 is still allowed, so that's fine. Not bad, not bad, but this is a diesel. So this is only And when you're from Europe, and especially when you're from the Netherlands, when you do lots of miles, only then a diesel is worthwhile, because we pay twice the road tax compared to a petrol powered unit. So let's go back. This is also a diesel, 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 diesel. This is a gasoline. This is 1 year younger and has driven less. And this is also under 10k. The 180k, which is standing for compressor. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Very standard looking C class. Oh, I think it even has a manual compressor. Let's see. Pretty straightforward. A petrol powered unit, probably a 1.8 liter, maybe 2 liter with a compressor. It says dual exhaust pipes here, so it's a compressor. It's not a turbo compressor. It's a little bit different. Under 10k. This is pretty, yeah, it's not very fancy, but it will serve you probably right. It's January 2009. Okay, so let's see. 186,000 kilometers, 165 horses. Let's see. What else is there? 4-cylinder indeed. The 1.8 4-cylinder with a compressor. So this is entry level. But when you want a Benz, and this looks like it's been owned by a reasonable type, somebody that didn't do any mods or any modifications to this car. The 180 compressor. It's a little bit boring in my eyes, but okay, let's continue. Here we have a 2004 model. So this is a W203, the 240 Elegance, automatic, 170 horsepower. I also like the W203 generation. I always did. And this is a 2004 model. So I think these run until 2006. 6,000 euros. 2004, 155,000 kilometers driven, gasoline, automatic transmission, and 170 horsepower. This could also be an option. Could be. The 240. I think, yeah, this is a 6-cylinder indeed, but only 170 horsepower. Okay. I think it's 2.4 liters big in displacement, but I will go there. See, this is more for a time that cars were still analog. There's not much here in terms of electronical stuff. Yeah, there's a trip computer. Wow. But not much more. Not much more. This is aftermarket. What else? Pioneer, automatic, elegance. Yes, the old school 6-cylinder, 6-in-line probably. On the surface it looks great, but only 170 horsepower coming out of 6-cylinder. Let's show some more specifications. So this is a 2.5, almost 2.6 6-cylinders with 170 horsepower. Yeah, what can I say? These engines are not being stressed. So I think when the kilometers are correct, 155,000 kilometers is not a lot. The only thing for this car, I really like this car. I like the W203 generation, but these cars need to stand still in the garage. Otherwise they rust away, especially in the climate here in the Netherlands, or you go further up north to Norway, Sweden. These cars will just literally rust away. But when they are stored in the garage, sometimes even heated floors in the garage to dry up all the liquids, the rain, whatever is in the car. It can dry up. It's not being stuck there. These cars rust. So, but if you find a good example and take care of it, they will serve you well, because engineering wise and engine wise, these cars are great, but the paint job is horrible. They're not really rust proof. I've been looking into car like this myself, because I mean, you see the prices, they're not very expensive, and still you have a decent looking car on your driveway. But there's a reason, that these cars are also old. 2004, it's not young. It's a young timer basically. So you have to decide if you want to do that. Moving on, let's see, what can we find a little bit higher? The C30 CDI AMG. Okay, 2003. I think this is a AMG diesel. Let's find out. Yes, a CDI AMG, 232 horsepower. Yes, not bad. I always love the styling, and these cars are the best in silver. They are the best. AMG, this is a real AMG. It's nothing worse than just driving a 180 compressor with an AMG badge. But this is a proper AMG, the C30. Probably beefed up V6 diesel. Yeah. Very business orientated, very early 2000s Mercedes. I still like it. I still like it a lot. But I choose a different car in the end. But still, when I look at it, not bad. Space in the back is not great, but it's not an E-Class, it's really a C-Class. This is the car for you to drive to Europe and by yourself. Suitcase in the back, that's it. And when you have two small children, kids, they can fit in the back. But adults, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. C30 here on the automatic gearbox lever. AMG rims. Dual exhaust pipes. Let's show you some more specifications. So April 2003, a 5-cylinder diesel. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. 5-cylinder diesel. Wow, these cars, these engines, do a little bit of research on them, because there's only a few brands that make 5 cylinders, Mercedes being one of them, Audi is being one of them, Volvo being one of them, and now you're talking about a 5-cylinder diesel. If you talk about the C270 CDI, it's also a 5-cylinder diesel. I saw some videos on that car, and they're very durable. Certain engines within the Mercedes lineup, just do your research. Those engines are just designed for life, and this is one of them. But I think this is a beefed up version of the C270 CDI. So reliability wise, I don't know. I think it's in the base is a strong engine, but it's been squeezed to have more than 200 horsepower. Back in the day in 2003, that was quite a lot for a small estate. Not an estate, a sedan, I'm sorry. So 5 cylinders, diesel, 240,000 driven. It's a diesel. But again, if you drive lots of kilometers and you're from the Netherlands just like me, and you regularly go to Germany for your business, or whatever the case might be, you have a fast diesel on the autobahn. It's still more economical than a petrol version, because I'm sure you can also drive sensible with a car like this. It's a 5-cylinder. Nice, really nice car. This is a nice one. This is exactly the way you want the W203 to look like, when you ask me, right? Really loving this one. Moving on. So this is 4 years younger, the 200k Avantgarde. So this is not the 180k, but the 200k. So gasoline, not an automatic, it's a manual almost 200,000 kilometers driven, looking sensible. Let's see some pictures. We need to go here and here. Compressor. Let's check the interior. A manual. Gasoline. Not even 8,000 kilometers. I mean, not even 8,000 euros. 200,000 kilometers driven. Look at that sat nav. Nice. So, what are we talking about? 6-speed manual, 184 horsepower. Not bad. Out of a 1.8 four-cylinder with a compressor. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Nice car. 8,000 euros. Just test drive the thing. Test drive it. If you like it, do an independent inspection on the car. Not at a Mercedes dealer because they're not independent, but just, wherever you're from, Germany, Holland, do an independent inspection. Just do a little bit of research. Who can give you an independent conclusion on the car? And they can tell you if it's worth it, right? It will cost you something, maybe 150 euros, or in dollars. I have no idea, but do that with these kind of cars. They are good in the basis, but they're also complex vehicles. Just do that. Just do it. 2007, same model year as my Volvo. They are getting old now. They're getting old. Even though it's correct and fine engineering, you don't know what happened all these years. If the previous owners took good care of them, give them all the service that they need, you never know. You never know. So do a proper inspection and let a technician just tell you what this car needs, and if it's a good car. So that will cost you something, but a headache is more expensive. Moving on. Automatic. Wow. Still 7,000 for the W202 model, a 200 CDI with only driven 83,000 kilometers. What are you buying then? This model, this is the 202. Yeah, this is the 202. Built between 93 and 2000. So this is even older. I have no idea why this car is so expensive. A 200 CDI. This is the first generation CDI common rail diesel from Mercedes. Before that they had different technology. This is basically the first CDI, and they're still being used to these days. Yeah, it's a nice car, but let's see what year it's from. I hope it's from 2010, the last model year. Let's see. 99. Okay, April 99. Yeah. Would I recommend this? This is the same thing. I mean, the diesels are pretty good. They're pretty good. Built for life if you take care of them, especially if you drive long distances. They will last. They are really built to last. But the thing around it, the car itself, the chassis, everything, it's not rust proof at all. Not at all. Again, a diesel. Lots of diesels here. This is a petrol. This is a petrol. Okay. This one looking nice. Blue efficiency. It's also a diesel. 180,000 kilometers. But let's see if we find some pearls here. 2,000 euros. See if I can make this big. So this is the wagon. Nice pictures. Yeah, but if these cars are not being taken care of well, they rust away. I'm sure this is that type of car. The interior, the engine wise, I mean, you see here the steering wheel is a little bit worn down. So I haven't checked really how much miles it done. It's okay, but it's you see it's been used. But yeah, 2,000 euros. What do you expect, right? Hopefully all the electronics still work. You never know. 6-speed manual. Now let's go into the car a little bit more. Let's see what it's about. So 163 horsepower. Okay, more than 300,000 kilometers driven. 2001, which is 20 years old. And was it a diesel? No, right? No, it's a petrol. Not bad in the end what you can get, but this looks somehow a little bit neglected. And are you gonna do a buying inspection by an authorized mechanic on a car that costs 2K? I don't think so. If you're a mechanic yourself, you can buy this and you think, I'll give it a try. You know, if it's not my daily car, then it doesn't matter. I just fix it step by step because I like it being a wagon. You know, you can do that. Or you can go 10 years younger here, 2001, 2011, cost you more. You have the newer generation. And this is being a CDI. So this is also a diesel. Yeah, lots of diesels are being sold, of course. Nice. I like this generation, the 204, a lot as well. More modern, of course. But here, when you look at it, it's still, this is like ancient. 2011 is, man, it's only 10 years old, 10 years old, and you see the age. You see how fast technology goes. Back then, that was that small screen with everything in it was a shit. And here also, the indicator to have a coffee, because it check your eyes and it check, certain aspects about the driver's face. If he see he's being tired or he's getting tired, and the car advises you to have a stop. Those kind of things. Back then, it was all revolutionary, And nowadays, you don't look at it like that no more. Okay, let's go back to the search results. See if we find something that we fancy. Mm-hmm. Lots of diesel still there. 180k compressor. 2004. Still 8,000 euros. Looking fine. The Elegance with a compressor. Yeah, cars like that, this will still serve you right. They will. Really the inline 6, I believe. Let's see what this is again. Oh no, this is the C180, so it's a 4-cylinder, I think. Yes, 4-cylinder. 1.8 4-cylinder. Okay. 97, 120,000 kilometers driven. W202 model. Why is this still so expensive? I have to say these Benzes, these cars are from a time that Mercedes was still very over-engineered. But yeah, this W202 model really shows its age. It does. If you don't care about that, it's fine. It will still serve you right. But yeah, look at this. This is just all analog Mercedes-Benz 90s. Okay, so what do you buy yourself here? 180, 120,000 kilometers driven. petrol, automatic 5-speed, Euro 2, 4-cylinder, no turbo, and this puts out 123 horsepower. Okay, moving on. Also a diesel, 180,000 kilometers driven, 2008. The C200 CDI. Again, if you have a family and you still need to drive a lot during the weekdays, I mean, 10,000 euros, get yourself a nice C-Class. It's not the newest again, no more, but it will serve you right. It was designed for eating up the miles, and it will still do that. Not bad, not bad. Let's just make this video a little bit more interesting. C-Class. Let's see. Can we W201? Let's see if we can find anything. Nee. C-Class. We're going back. Maximum 10,000. Search. High to low. Most expensive. 10,000. An AMG 6-cylinder, navigation, xenon, everything on it. A 2.5 6-cylinder AMG, and this is a petrol. This is a petrol. Yeah, this looks nice. Dual exhaust, 2008. All leather, Alcantara, everything on it. Let's see, what are the specifications for this one? How much horsepower? 204. Nice. A 7-speed automatic, so the 7G Tronic. Yeah, this is the way you want it, you know. This is the way you want it. Maybe 10K is a little bit on the short end of the stick. Let's go for 15 then, just to give you an idea what 5K extra can get you. Let's see, something special here. AMG, blue efficiency. Yeah, here we're already talking about a 2015 model with 215,000 on the clock, a lease edition. It's been used, but on the Autobahn. This one looks nice, 2014. This is already a different generation. Here, 15K, 2004, 200,000, 10 kilometers driven. Here we're talking about the W205 model. You already have one for 15K, which is not bad. Not bad. So then you're already at the latest generation. So a C-Class doesn't have to cost that much. Let's see if I can still find something. Then we go back to 10K. Just to give you an overview of what's all possible. CDI. Is this really an AMG? Let's check. It's just an AMG line, I think. Okay, this one doesn't look classy no more. It's just... yeah, it's not classy no more. We go back. 10K. Now we're gonna look for only petrols. Because again, if you want to go for diesel, go for diesel, but then make sure that you drive lots of miles, especially when you're here in the Netherlands or Germany or something like that. But when you fancy a drive from time to time in the weekdays, you only need to drive, not that much. But in the weekends, you want to go driving a couple of 100 kilometers, you can go for petrol. But if you want to drive every day long distance and you sit in the car many, many hours, then go for diesel. 2007. I think this is also an AMG line. Sport line for Mercedes. Not bad. Automatic. These are just great cars. Great cars. Let's see if we can back out. Yes, we go back here. 232 horsepower. Automatic, xenon headlights, panoramic roof, transmission. Let's see, specifications. Heated seats. Ladder. 6-speed. Euro 4 is a 6-cylinder, so it's the 3-liter 6-cylinder. 233 horsepower. Yeah, this is nice. No turbo fitted, no intercooler, no nothing. Top speed to 250. Yeah, okay, it stays sensitive, but it looks like a nice C-Class to me. So basically what I see here is we see a few 203 models that are on the higher end. Here another one. What, 2001? This is 20 years old for 2.6. So it's the 2.6 6-in-line petrol, and they still ask 10k for it, which is yeah, it's quite hefty actually. But most of the time, ooh, I see something nice here. There's also the C32 AMG. These are pearls. These are pearls. 345 horsepower with an AMG compressor. It's a sedan. 2001. This is 20 years old, guys. This is what the Mercedes put out 20 years ago, and everybody was like, what? How can you do that in such a small car? 345 horsepower. That's nice. Here, AMG spec, disc brakes, here the rims, everything, AMG. But it's 20 years old, you know? But you got something special, all leather. AMG stands there here. This is a special car, it is. And the styling is so early 2000s, you when only the guy who knows how to check the details, he know what to look out for, he knows it's a special car, but the rest of the people who just walk past it think it's another C-Class. That's nice. I like that time, not like it is today, also screaming for attention. Not back then. 10,000 euros. Yeah, why not? Why not? But these kind of cars, you don't drive them slowly. You don't drive them 100 kilometers an hour for the whole day. These cars are all about torque and massive brute power. So they've been used by the owners that bought them originally to use them, what they're built for. And these cars are 20 years old. So again, Roll the dice, roll the dice. But I find this car beautiful, really. 200,000 kilometers driven, more, 5 speed. Sorry, 5 speed automatic, a 3.2 6 cylinder, putting out 353 or 354 horsepower. Oh, and it's an import. It was imported, so it's model year 2001, and it was imported in the summer of that year. That means that if you buy it in Holland, then the whole service history from August, especially let's say from 2002 onwards until now, it should be documented. If not, oh man, run away, run away. But this is a special car. You don't see these cars that often. 10,000 euros. And this is a pocket rocket, right? It is. Okay, this is also 10K, also 2001. A young timer, yes. I don't see rust here on the surface, I don't. Yeah, it's straightforward. This is a license plate that doesn't fit to a 2001 model year, so it's probably an import as well. 6-speed manual. 20 years old. What do you expect? What do you expect? I've saw enough. I want some specifications. I want some specs. Let's see. So 120,000 kilometers driven, a 6-speed, 6-cylinder, a 2.6 indeed, putting out how much? Only 170 horsepower. That could mean that this is also a good engine. The C240, and I believe it is actually. So it's a 6-cylinder, a 2.6, only putting out 170 horsepower. Usually means that these cars can also, these engines are not being stressed. They have a lot of displacement. They have 6 cylinders and they're only putting out 170 horsepower. So usually that means, especially back then, because the technology already from the 90s basically, where they didn't have to think about emissions or stuff like that. So I think, again, if you would like a C-Class, do some research. I think, based on my knowledge, I think the C240 and the C270 are the best engines for this W203 generation. They're just built to last, right? Of course, you need to make sure that they have the proper oil. You do inspection on the oil from time to time. But, you treat them well, you drive them nicely from a cold start to warm, and then only when they warm, you use the power. Just treat the car nice and it will serve you many years. Again, this car, the paint job and the chassis, they are all prone to rust. You check the wheel arches, check the door handles, check the trunk, the boot lid. They're all, the usual places for this C-Class to catch rust. It's all well documented. Again, I already documented the 203, the 204, the 205, the 202 and the 201. So the whole C-Class range I documented now. I can't document anything more because the 205 is still in production, I believe. Now they recently introduced the 206, but that's just so recent, there's not enough data for that yet. But I know a lot about the 203 because I did my research when I wanted to buy this car. I actually wanted to buy this car instead of the Volvo, but I ended up with the Volvo in the end, which is not bad neither. Nice 5-cylinder, and they're very rust proof. So anyway, this is a C280, which has a V6 from 98. So this is actually already a run out model because this run until 2000. 10K still. I can't believe that. But it looks okay. Yeah, V6. But yeah, I mean, also this, I like the classic bands. I really like classic bands, but these cars really, they they showcase their age as well. And you also have to realize this car came on the market in 93. I mean, all the safety technology that's put and fitted on this car is from the late 80s, early 90s. So it's really not up to standards no more. It's not. But it's a pure car. It's a pure car. They don't. I think they have ESP. I think they have ABS. But the feeling of driving the car is way more pure than today, because today there's so many computers controlling and adjusting power output and grip and slip and all that stuff. And this was just, I don't know. Let's see how much horsepower they put on the back wheels. Specifications: 280 Sport. Okay, so this is engine, a 2.8 six-cylinder, putting out not even 200 horsepower. But back then that was a lot. That was a lot. I'm sure it's a pokey, potent car. I'm sure, and also from the looks of it, it looks like it's been kept really well. Yeah, 10,000 euros. That's quite a lot of money for such an old car, actually. But it's also an import, I believe. I will do a few more cars, and then that's the end of this live stream, because I can keep on going and going and going. Basically, to summarize it already, for 10,000 euros, you can buy yourself a 203, right? The car that ran from 2000 to 2006 7 ish, and the W204 that run from 2007 to 2014. So you got the whole span. It's like 14 years of bands that you can buy, and the last one that was built in 2014, basically. Um, the W204 is more rust protected than the 202 and the 203. So all the bands from the 90s and the early 2000s, they are garbage when it comes to the paint job. They're not good. But when you store the car in a garage, then it's not a big problem. They just don't like the salt in when there's snow on the road. They don't like that, and they have a watery based paint, so it's not a good quality paint. Um, if you have a bigger budget, go for a nice 204 model. And when you just want a nice bands, I mean, the 203 will serve you right as well. Here, another gasoline 2007, 200 compressor, navigation, everything on it. 184 horsepower, and it basically got everything on it what you need. Beautiful car. It's clearly a Mercedes, but it's yeah, I don't know. It's not shouting it from the roof. It's roof. It still has like a distinctive design to it, which I really appreciate. 10K in euros. Again, which I said at the beginning of this video, we pay a lot for cars here. I'm sure when you're from Belgium or Germany, from that matter, you don't pay as much for a car. We have a lot of high taxes on a car like this. Also, to it's not cheap to run it, not cheap to insure it. A car is just pretty expensive to have here in the Netherlands. But look at this. It's a very representable car still now and for many years to come. I'm a big fan of the C-Class. I like the E-Class even better, but C-Class is this model and the previous model. So again, the 203 and the 204 models, they are my favorites. Look at that nice navigation. Hooking up your telephone with Bluetooth. Automatic gearbox. everything you got, everything you want. Cruise control, and the diesels are just made to eat up the miles. They're just made for that. Summarizing it, this is definitely the car I would look into. It's 10,000 euros. It's from 2001, so it's 20 years old. This is on the either this is a headache waiting to happen, or this is like a pearl. But I think it's the first one actually. But when you can do some of the things yourself, some do-it-yourself maintenance on a car like this, I mean, more like 350 horsepower in such a small car, a 3.2 liter six cylinder with a compressor. I'm sure this is like a man, especially from 2001. This was not common back then. Now you have a Golf 7R that produces what, like 350, 400 horsepower out of a 2 liter four cylinder with a turbo. But this has a way bigger engine, much more displacement. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Also, the purple look, I like this a lot. And we're gonna finish this video on this bombshell on this car. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. It's a live stream, so whatever flies out of my mouth is being recorded, being broadcasted. It's a nice way to interact with you guys. I'm almost at 10K in subscribers, which is, yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's great. I will keep on doing these buying reviews, and I'll almost run out of Mercedes to review actually, but I'll go to the whole lineup before I move on to another brand, which will probably be BMW or Audis. And my goal of this whole channel is just to document every desirable car in the world when it comes to reliability, certain issues with certain components. I just want to put all the knowledge in my videos, and this is the go-to channel when you're just about to buy a new car. Not to say that I know everything, but I just do my research, then make a video and put it online. So I'll just keep on doing that. And only since we have like now close to 10K in subscribers, I start making also these live streams, because it's quite silly to live stream to 30 subscribers, but now we getting to a certain amount of people that are following this channel. So I'll keep on doing that, but never forget the buying reviews. It's what started, and what will keep on going on, because live reviews is just something, live streams is just something I do on the side. So if you like these live streams, great. If you don't like them, skip them. It's all fine. It's all good with me. This is this is I'm getting really excited and happy when I see a car like this. I like it a lot. I do. Just this type of era for Mercedes is just something, it does something to me. Look at this. I don't know. It's just me. But it's shady. It's been imported. It's I don't know. You should just drive with it, enjoy it, take a long, nice test drive it on the highway, drive it at the smaller B roads, and just check out what it does. Really have your ears open to all the things that you hear. And if you have a couple of hours with the car, it's only 10,000 euros. I don't know if they let you, but I don't know how long it's been standing for. Do an independent inspection. Do that. It will save you a big headache, because if the mechanics say, listen, if you change this and that part and you're golden, do it, right? But if it say it's leaking oil everywhere, I see coolant everywhere, I mean the cylinders are, if it's not stable, or the car been through lots of abuse because of all its power, it's very easy for a mechanic to see that. And that can also tell you something about the previous owner, which is very important, because you can have the whole full the service history, you can have that, but it also really, like, how does the car look like from the interior, from the exterior, how does it smell, when you start up the car, what kind of is there white smoke coming out of the exhaust, blue smoke coming out of the exhaust. Really do your research. For some people 10k is throwaway money, but for a lot of people this is maybe also, yeah, I wouldn't say life savings, but maybe you saved up for a couple of years to buy a car like this. And it would be quite sad to just only enjoy that for a couple of months until you got big bills, and then in the end this car will just either have to be sold or it dies a slow death, something like that. It would be quite sad. But this is a real AMG from this generation, and AMG back then still had a lot to prove. So, and they built a nice car in this C32. I like it a lot. This is the best car I found, but also because of the horsepower, but also because of the whole story behind it. It's still for sale, and I don't earn nothing on this. It's for sale in the Netherlands. So let's see where it is now. This is the Bosch Auto Teunissen. Don't know where it is. Teunissen. Nah, it's somewhere in the Netherlands. I think it may be even Brabant somewhere. Let's see if we have more information. No. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, this is the end of the video, guys. I have not much more to say. We will do this again with the E-Class. We'll do this again with the C-Class, with an S-Class. The rest of the year, I'll be pushing Mercedes buyers reviews, and I think from next year on, I'll start with BMW. But as soon as generation E, C, S-Class finish, and there's enough data on it, I will always go back to Mercedes, because I know most of the viewers like Mercedes a lot. They like the brand and they want to see what's out there, what to look out for. So I'll always stay true to my core audience in that aspect. That being said, enjoy your weekends, all of you, and yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. 1st of September is gonna come a new video. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.